Oil slumps 6% to 4-week low on recession worries. Strong dollar. New York oil fees tumbled approximately 6% to a 4-week low on Friday on concerns that hobby fee hikes by means of primary central banks could sluggish the global economy and cut call for strength. Also pressuring costs, the U.S. greenback this week rose to its highest degree on account that December 2002 towards a basket of currencies, making oil extra costly for customers the usage of different currencies. Brent futures fell $6.69, or 5.6%, to settle at $113.12 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate (WTI) crude fell $8.03, or 6.8%, to settle at $109.56. That turned into the lowest near for Brent given that May 20 and the lowest for WTI in view that May 12. It was also the biggest day-by-day percentage decline for Brent given that early May and the most important for WTI on account that past due March. For the week, Brent futures declined for the first time in 5 weeks, whilst WTI dropped for the first time in 8 weeks. There will be no U.S. trading on Monday, the Juneteenth vacation. Crude prices tumbled as the dollar rallied. Russia signaled oil exports have to increase, and as international recession fears develop, stated Edward Moya, senior marketplace analyst at records and analytics company OANDA. Global vital bankers who quickly loosened financial policy during the pandemic to avoid a recession, are actually tightening to fight inflation. The Federal Reserve this week hiked U.S. fees by means of the most in more than a quarter of a century. With the crucial banks making pretty giant moves to restriction boom via hobby fee hikes and monetary tightening is showing up here inside the petroleum complex, said John Kilduff, associate at Again Capital LLC in New York, noting that slower economic boom need to cut strength demand. With the Fed predicted to keep raising interest rates, open interest in WTI futures at the New York Mercantile Exchange fell on Thursday to its lowest stage since May 2016 as investors cut lower back on volatile assets. U.S. gas and diesel futures also slid over 4% on concerns high pump prices will reduce demand. Automobile Group AAA stated the charge of diesel on the pump hit a record excessive $5.798 according to Gallon on Friday, whilst the price of fuel hit a file high of $5.016 earlier inside the week. U.S. electricity corporations this week brought just 4 oil rigs as President Joe Biden slammed producers for making the most of sky-high expenses in place of doing greater to enhance output. Rig U, even as his administration needs Saudi Arabia to produce more oil, Biden said he became now not going to have a bilateral assembly with Saudi Arabia's de facto leader Mohammed bin Salman all through his trip to the region subsequent month, and that he was best seeing the Saudi crown prince as part of a broader, worldwide meeting. Russia, meanwhile, expects its oil exports to increase in 2022 regardless of Western sanctions and a European embargo, the Russian deputy power minister stated on Friday, in line with TASS information organization. The market's turbulence has genuinely expanded on the grounds that Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24. Russian gasoline flows to Europe fell brief of call for on Friday as an early warmness wave inside the south boosted demand for air con. The European Union's government body recommended that Ukraine and Moldova come to be candidates for club in the International's biggest trading bloc. An oil tanker chartered by way of Italy's Eni Spa will soon go away Venezuela with first shipment in 2 years to Europe.